This content is recreated to fit YouTube's policies, fair use, and licensed content. Welcome back to another episode of Whip Media TV. I'm your host, Whip Media Mickey, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do to the channel. Subscribe right now. Join the Vibe Tribe. And if you're feeling generous and want to leave me a tip for my extra hard work in editing, I'll leave the Cash App link down below. Okay, on today's episode, if you look down below on the channel, you'll find a playlist and it's called Love, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So on today's episode, I cover 10 signs you are sexually compatible with your partner. Sex is not the be-all, end-all of a relationship, but it's hard to overcome a disappointing or non-existent sex life, especially if you're completely connected outside of the bedroom. It's not that sex absolutely must be phenomenal from the first time, even though that's always nice. But a truly great connection between the sheets is, for many people, an important part of the relationship. While sexual compatibility is a broad concept and really something that every couple can negotiate themselves to some extent, there are some overarching signs that you're sexually compatible with your significant other. But before we get into it, what is sexual compatibility and how is it defined? Is it even something that we can clearly define for all people? See, sexual compatibility is about having a shared understanding of your sexual desires, preferences, and turn-ons, and how they align with your partners. Couples with compatible sexuality recognize, express, and engage in sexual experiences that feel good to both of them. In other words, like so many things in a healthy relationship, sexual compatibility is fundamentally about how well you two can communicate. Number 1, your sex drives are similar. One of the most important ways to determine if you and your partner have a good sexual compatibility is to figure out if your sex drives match. Sexually compatible partners generally feel aligned in their preferences. Often, this simply means how frequently you and your partner desire sex. For instance, if you're a once per day person and your partner prefers sex once or twice a week, that could spell a problem. However, sexual preferences also change over time, so remember, none of this is set in stone. Number 2, you work at it together with an open mind. See, if you don't quite match on the overly sexual spectrum, it may be okay if both of you are willing to compromise and try new things. Sexual compatibility is not a set thing. It's always in flux and can still be something that you can work towards. See, rather than being 100% in agreement at all times, partners who are thought of as sexually compatible have ways of communicating about their differences effectively. Number 3, you are strong communicators. In line with working at your relationship is how well you understand each other as listener and communicators. The couples who are the most compatible know how to negotiate their desires to be in alignment with each other. Both of you need to be able to tell each other what you want and don't want. When it comes to sex, both of you need to communicate about what you enjoy during sex and how to tweak things so that they're even better as your needs evolve. Number 4, you make time for intimacy. Keeping an intimate connection alive long-term is important, so it's crucial that you and your partner agree about the place sex has in your daily lives. In general, a sexually compatible couple will feel aligned in their preferences and have ways of communicating about their differences effectively. Number 5, you have the same kissing style. Although there are many different styles of kissing, most people stick to the one that feels natural to them. What's important in sexual compatibility is that your kissing styles match so that you form a certain synchronicity through your mutual rhythm and pace. Kissing actually helps people to subconsciously figure out the potential partner's long-term compatibility through taste and smell, since you pick up on biological cues for your sexual compatibility, genetic fitness, and general health. Number 6, you know each other's signals. What does it mean when your partner runs their hands sensually down your back at the end of dinner? Or when you tap on their knee as you finish that last episode on Netflix? If you are attuned to each other's sexual signs, then you know exactly what each of you might be asking subtly. Knowing each other's hints but when romance is in the air, is an important part of sexual compatibility because it helps to set the mood and push each other to spend more time together. Number 7. You have similar relationships to sexuality. Sexual compatibility is about having a shared understanding of your sexual desires, preferences, and turn-ons and how they align with your partner's. Your relationship with sex, as in how you view sex purpose, is very important to your sexual compatibility with your partner. Is sex for connecting with your partner? Is it simply good as a stress relief at the end of the long day? And most importantly, how important is it for the upkeep of your relationship? And number 8, you both make an effort. Willingness to put in effort in all elements of your relationship indicates compatibility overall. Amazing sex takes time and effort on both of your parts, and ensuring that you have a lasting love life, a long-lasting happiness in your bedroom means continuing to put in effort over time. Number 9, you have an instant spark. It is true that you won't know everything about your partner's body when you first start in the bedroom, and vice versa. But having the initial spark is a good sign that you will get there. And last but not least, number 10, you enjoy similar sexual behaviors. If you both enjoy engaging in the same sexual behaviors, then you may be compatible. When it comes to sexual appetite, everyone falls on the spectrum that ranges from very vanilla to very kinky. See, the problem could present itself if one person is perfectly happy with missionary sex every single time while the other person is bored. Sexual compatibility is not one size fits all. Instead, it's a process and it's all about open communication. Like most things in long-term relationship, if you're feeling like your relationship needs a little help right now, good news is that sexual compatibility is something you can work on. Until next time, Mickey made it.